Swamp Thing #3, written by Scott Snyder, art by Victor Abanez and Yannick Paquette. Last left off with Alec Holland being saved by that white-haired girl that he's been dreaming about for so long, and she then pulls a gun on him, and yeah, this issue picks up nowhere near there. We have a doctor who's talking to a young child named William, and he's like, hey, look, William, I understand you have a situation, but you can't just keep yourself all, contained and stuff like that. You got to get out there. You got to make some friends, okay? You understand? And then we see William is stuck inside of a bubble. Like it's not a literal bubble, but it is a plastic cage of, keeping all the air pure and stuff like that. Apparently he is allergic to chlorophyll, and I mean deadly allergic, and being out in, the world will kill him. So he's kept inside of this, but the doctor's basically telling him, look, I do scuba diving, okay? Look at all these fish on the wall that I've caught. That involves me being in a suit, being, contained, and being in a place that would kill me in minutes, but I still manage to have fun. You can do that same thing. You're in your containment thing, but you can still find ways to have fun. Got it, William? And William's like, I guess so. But then he notices one of the fish is calling his name, like, William. And he's a little bit freaked out, but they wheel him out of the room, and the doctor's like, all right, so try to make some friends out there, William. Okay, bye. Close the door, and the kids are like, hey, William, hi. Oh, man, how is the doctor? And as soon as the door closes, one of the kids, he leans up next to William's thing, and he pulls out a fork, and he's like, I'm going to pop your bubble boy. Tonight at midnight, I'm going to stab it real good. His name is Drew. I don't like Drew. Then we come back to, the actual main story. And the white-haired girl, who I'm just going to say Abby Arcane, she learns his name at some point, but Abby Arcane is holding the gun to Alec and is like, hey, do something now. You've got to the count of 3. And Alec's like, I don't understand what you're talking about. He's like, 1, 2, 3. And he freaks out, and then he opens his eyes after he hasn't been shot, and this tree is holding back Abby so that she can't fire. And he's like, okay, how'd that happen? He's like, you exercised your green thumb. You've still got a little bit of power in you. Anyway, let's go. And I was like, you tell me why you saved me first, or else I'm going to use my green thumb again. And he's like, look, just get on the bike. And he's like, no, look, you were about to kill me. You want to prove who I was. Now I have memories. I have dreams of you. Who are you? And he's like, I'm Abigail Arcane. Get on my bike. And he's like, I swear to God, I'm going to use my green thumb again. She's like, fine, look, we have to go rescue a boy. He's in a hospital, and I need your help. Okay? Can we go? So then we cut back to the hospital where William is. I don't think he's in the doctor's office, but he can still hear the fish. And they're calling his name still. All the fish on the wall, these dead fish. And he's like, William, it's time. You know who calls you. It's time to serve him, William. And they're all chanting his name as Drew and 2 other bullies come up with a fork. And they're like, all right, we're going to cut you out of there, Willie. And the fish is like, do it now. And then William does it. And he puts out his hands towards Drew, still in his bubble, and Drew just starts, exploding. Spikes start forming all over his body, and he screams out in pain. One of the kid's eyes and mouth start bleeding. Another one's torso just distends and, expands out. Doctor hears all the screaming, comes in, and William's just standing there over 3 corpses like, hello, Doctor. Tell me, do you like me making friends? The doctor, he's coughing like crazy. And William asks, oh, doctor, do you keep your scuba equipment in your truck? You shouldn't be smoking. You have so much death in your lungs. So he wheels out William at, I guess, his forcefulness, whims. I can't tell if he's forcing him. And the point is made that William can control all dead matter. Anything dead he can control. So all those sick kids had dead things in them, and he has, some form of dead skin because of smoking. So he's able to just crush the guy's lungs. And it's revealed throughout this whole thing that some people are born with a connection to the green, some people are born with a connection to the red. This kid was born with a connection to the black, which is the rot and death and disease. And if he is able to truly become an avatar of it, it would spell the end of the world. And he asks, like, all right, well, how do you know all this? And we get the full backstory that Abby Arcane, his uncle has a strong her uncle has a strong connection to the rot. She has a strong connection to the rot. But when she was with Swamp Thing before this whole series took place, it wasn't so bad. Like, she was able to block it out because Swamp Thing was such a big thing of the green. But once he left, the rot started coming to her and saying, like, it's calling, you're going to have to serve him. So now she's like, all right, well, I'm trying to ignore it, and I'm trying to save the boy. So she arrives at the hospital with Alec. They walk in. Dead bodies everywhere. The doctor's lungs are coming out of his mouth as he collapses to the ground. Abby's like, oh, crap, we're too late. And he's like, what do you mean too late? Who is this boy? And she's like, look, I'm the one who put him in the hospital because he is my half-brother, William Arcane. And we see William walking through the woods, dragging along a scuba gear, wearing the mask, and off to join the rot and welcome hell on Earth. And that's where we leave off. Wow. Okay, so a lot of developments happening this issue. I really like the pacing of it because all within one issue, they managed to introduce William, get me to care about him, and then immediately flip it on his head where, oh, wait, no, he's going to kill everyone. That's bad. And on top of that, they did the whole Abby thing. This is brilliant writing. This is really good, solid writing. Art-wise, it's very good. I can't tell. I think I actually like... Some of the art is Yannick Paquette. Some of the art is Victor Ibanez. I actually think I might like Victor's art a little bit more than Yannick, but they are both still super solid. My only thing in the trade collection is that because of the way this double-page spread comes in, they had to put these black pages on either side. And the one black page isn't even a black page. It's got a skeleton girl on it, so I don't even know if that's in the original one. It's just a skeleton girl after he activates his green thumb. And then after the double page, it's just a normal black page. I don't know. I have no idea. It's just a tiny little thing. It's not even that worth noting. I'm going to give this one an 8. It's very solid. I very much enjoy where it's going. They've set up... I mean, this one also has Seth, right? Seth? The giant mammoth thing? Yes. So this one not only has a giant mammoth bone monster as a villain, but it also has this tiny little boy wearing scuba gear. And I'm down for both of them. This is great. I'm 8 out of 10. Looking forward to seeing where it goes from here.